Lily Hayes's eyes welled up, her hands trembling as she held the precious crystal vase. A misstep on the Persian rug. The shrill scream of Eleanor Reed, and then the shattering sound. Golden shards exploded onto the marble floor, reflecting the opulent chandelier of the mansion. All the household staff froze, witnessing yet another public humiliation. But from the top of the imposing staircase, Ethan Reed watched in silence. A moment he would never forget. Lily Hayes, 23 years old, woke up every day at 5 in the morning in the small studio apartment at the back of Reed Manor. For 2 years, she had worked as a housekeeper, and her routine was always the same. Prepare breakfast, clean every room of the 500 square meter house, serve meals, wash, iron, and endure the daily humiliations from Mrs. Eleanor. The lady of the house, Mrs. Eleanor, was the kind of woman who turned cruelty into art. Rich by inheritance, arrogant by choice, Eleanor Reed found pleasure in reminding Lily of her place in the social hierarchy. 2. Kindness to servants was a sign of weakness. That Tuesday morning, Lily was carrying the silver tray with breakfast when she tripped on the living room's Persian rug. The Bohemian crystal vase, valued at over 5,000 Brazilian reais, plummeted and shattered on the marble floor. Eleanor shrieked, "You clumsy girl." Eleanor continued, "You broke my favorite vase." Lily immediately knelt, picking up the shards with her bare hands, not caring about the small cuts forming. Lily said, "I'm so sorry, Mrs. Eleanor. It was an accident. I'll pay for the damage." Eleanor laughed scornfully. "Pay?" Eleanor continued, "With what money? This vase cost more than 6 months of your salary." Mr. Thomas, the 60-year-old gardener, and Mrs. Miller, the cook, watched awkwardly from the kitchen door. They knew Lily as a hard-working and honest young woman who sent half her salary to cover her grandmother's nursing home expenses. Eleanor continued, raising her voice so the staff would hear clearly, "Everyone can see how clumsy you are." Eleanor added, "You can't even carry a tray properly." From the top of the marble staircase, a figure observed everything in silence. Ethan Reed, 28 years old, had arrived from Paris just 5 days ago, where he had lived for 5 years studying administration and working at a consulting firm as an only child. He had returned to Brazil to take over the family business after his father's sudden death. What Ethan witnessed deeply bothered him. His mother had always been demanding, but this went beyond all bounds of decency. Lily finished picking up the last shards, small drops of blood staining her wounded hands. Eleanor followed her to the kitchen, determined to prolong the humiliation. Eleanor announced, "And there's one more thing." Eleanor continued, "From today on, you'll work on Sundays too. No day off." Lily tried to argue, her voice choked. "But Mrs. Eleanor," Lily continued, "Sunday is my only day to visit my grandmother at the nursing home." Eleanor laughed coldly. "Your grandmother," Eleanor added. "If she's in a nursing home, it's because she's useless, just like you." The words were like daggers to Lily's heart. Her grandmother, Grandma June, had raised her alone after her parents died in a car accident. She was the only family Lily had in the world. Lily pleaded, tears streaming down her face. "Please, don't talk about my grandmother like that." Eleanor retorted, "I'll talk however I want. This is my house, and you are my employee. If you don't like it, you can look for another job." It was at that moment that Ethan descended the stairs, unable to watch another second of that cruel spectacle. Ethan said, "Good morning, Mother." He entered the kitchen with a serious expression. Eleanor completely changed her demeanor. Faking a maternal smile, "Ethan dear, I was just sorting out some household problems," Eleanor instructed. "Lily, bring fresh coffee for my son." Lily discreetly wiped her tears and prepared the coffee in one of the English porcelain cups. Her hands still visibly trembled. Ethan said, "Thank you." He looked directly into her eyes for the first time. It was the first time in 2 years that someone in that family treated her like a human being. During the next few days, the atmosphere in the house changed completely. Eleanor, embarrassed by her son's reprimand, drastically reduced the humiliations. Lily began to work with more peace of mind, and Ethan often talked to her during breakfast. Ethan asked one sunny morning, "Tell me more about your grandmother." Lily smiled for the first time in a long while. She began to recount. "Grandma June is an incredible woman. She worked as a seamstress her whole life to raise me after my parents died. When she got sick and had to go to the nursing home, it was the hardest decision of my life. But she understands. She always says she's proud of the woman I've become," Ethan said. "I'm sure she has reason to be proud," Ethan added. "You are a special person, Lily." Lily blushed slightly. "You barely know me," Ethan replied. "I know enough. I see how you care for this house with love, how you tend to the plants, how patient you are even when mistreated. That reveals a lot about who you truly are." Lily felt something different in her chest. She had never imagined that someone from the Reed family could see her as a person. Lily said hesitantly, "Can I ask you a personal question?" Ethan replied, "Of course." Lily asked, "Why did you really come back from Paris? You must have had a good life there." Ethan sighed deeply. "I came back because my father died, and someone needs to take care of the family business. But to be completely honest, Paris never truly felt like home. I always felt something important was missing." And now, Ethan looked at her intensely. "Now, I'm starting to discover what that something was." That afternoon, Ethan left the house and returned with 3 white rose seedlings. He found Lily in the laundry area, folding clothes. Ethan said, "A gift." He handed her the plants. Lily's eyes widened in disbelief. "Mr. Ethan, I can't accept these." Ethan asked, "Why not?" Lily explained, "Your mother won't like it at all." Ethan responded, "My mother doesn't need to know everything." Lily held the seedlings carefully, as if they were made of crystal. "Thank you very much. I'll plant them in the back corner where no one sees." Ethan suggested, "How about we plant them in the front garden, where everyone can appreciate their beauty?" Lily refused, worried. "No, please. Mrs. Eleanor would be furious with me," Ethan guaranteed. "Leave my mother to me." The following Sunday, Lily finally got to visit her grandmother after weeks. She returned radiant, with completely renewed energy. Ethan was waiting for her in the garden. Ethan asked, "How was the visit?" Lily exclaimed, "Wonderful." Lily continued, "I told Grandma about the white roses, and she was touched. She said white flowers are signs that better times are coming." Ethan commented, "Your grandmother is very wise." Lily hesitated for a few seconds, then mustered her courage. "Can I ask a special favor?" Ethan assured her. "Anything," Lily requested. "I'd really like you to meet my grandmother. She loves meeting new people, and I'm sure you two would get along well." Ethan smiled genuinely. It would be an honor to meet her. The following week, Ethan accompanied Lily to St. Francis' home, where Grandma June lived. The 75-year-old lady welcomed them with contagious joy. Grandma June asked, assessing Ethan, "So, You're the young man who defended my Lily and planted roses in the lady's garden, Ethan replied, laughing. That's me, Grandma June continued. Lily told me you treat her with respect. That's rare these days, especially among people of different classes, Ethan responded. Lily is an extraordinary person. Anyone should treat her well. Grandma June studied Ethan with her experienced eyes of someone who had lived a lot. She was direct. You like my granddaughter, don't you? Ethan blushed, but didn't try to deny it. He said, she truly is special. Grandma June asked, turning to Lily, and you, my girl, what do you think of him? Lily turned red as a tomato, mumbling, Grandma, please. Grandma June insisted, with a seriousness that cut through the air. Answer honestly, do you truly love each other? Ethan and Lily looked at each other. It was impossible to keep pretending, Ethan confessed, his voice firm. Yes, I've completely fallen in love with Lily. Lily took a deep breath, and I've fallen in love with him too. Grandma June clapped her hands, radiant. She exclaimed, then why don't you embrace that feeling? Lily explained, because it's complicated, Grandma. Grandma June said firmly, wisdom in her gaze. Nonsense. True love knows no social class, color, or financial status. On the way home, Ethan and Lily walked in silence until Ethan stopped in the middle of the sidewalk. Ethan said, your grandmother is completely right. I can no longer pretend that what I feel for you is just friendship or admiration. Lily stared at him, her heart racing. Ethan, I need to tell you before it's too late. I love you, Ethan said, stepping closer. Lily, and to me, you were never just an employee. You are the woman who changed everything in me. She moved closer and kissed him softly. Lily whispered, I love you too, very much. When they arrived home, Eleanor was waiting for them in the living room with a furious expression. A gossipy neighbor had called, telling her she had seen them kissing in the street. Eleanor exploded. This is absolutely unacceptable. Eleanor continued, Ethan, you've completely lost your mind. Ethan replied firmly, Mother, I love Lily, and she loves me. That's what matters. Eleanor retorted, she's an employee, an opportunist who wants to take advantage of your naivety. Ethan exploded for the first time in his life. Enough. Lily is more honest, hardworking, and worthy than many people in our social class, including you. Eleanor shrieked, shocked. How dare you compare me to an employee? Ethan declared, know that if you insist on this attitude, Lily and I are leaving this house today. He firmly held Lily's hand. Eleanor paled. She didn't expect her son to be so determined. Eleanor said, her voice choked, Ethan, you're all I have. Ethan responded with conviction, Lily is the love of my life. If you can't accept that, the problem is exclusively yours. Realizing she was about to lose her son forever, Eleanor quickly changed her strategy. Eleanor said, reluctantly, all right, if you truly love each other, I'll try to get used to the situation. Ethan said, we don't want tolerance. We want mutual respect. Eleanor nodded, defeat visible on her face. You're right. From now on, Lily will be treated as my daughter-in-law and will be respected as such. Lily could barely believe the turn of events. 6 months later, Ethan and Lily married in an intimate and moving ceremony, with Grandma June in the front row, proud and radiant. Lily began to manage the mansion as its lady, not as an employee, and Ethan fully took over the family businesses. Eleanor, seeing her son's genuine happiness, gradually approached Lily, offered sincere apologies for past mistreatment, and developed a real affection for her daughter -in-law. Eleanor said to Lily one afternoon, as they watered the white roses together, "You know, I think my son was right all along. You truly are special." Lily smiled generously. "Thank you for giving me a second chance," Eleanor responded, touched. "Thank you for making my son as happy as he deserves to be." In the mansion's garden, the white roses bloomed exuberantly and fragrantly, symbolizing exactly the new beginnings Grandma June always mentioned. Lily, who one day was cruelly humiliated in that very garden, now walked through it as the lady of the house, but most importantly, as a woman deeply loved and respected. Sometimes, all the story needs to change is someone who has the courage to love beyond appearances. If this story touched your heart, we'd like to extend a special invitation to you. Give this video a like so more people can be inspired. Share it with your friends and loved ones, and help us spread the message that kindness always wins. And to make sure you don't miss any of our upcoming emotional turning point stories, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Your participation empowers us to continue. Thank you very much.